The recording of the RTT status, at the moment we're going to only need to record it for those patients who are on a 2-hour admission avoidance pathway. So I'm going to take it from registering the referral, although I understand mainly the referral's already registered, but I just want to show you how it shows on the referral screen and then how to update the status after that. Okay, so I'm just going to click on the register button and I'm going to register one of my training patients by filling in the name rather than the NHS number. It's Peter, he's male, and I'm putting in his date of birth. Clicking on search, and I've now found my patient. If I now click in to activate that patient, it will take me into the referral in screen here. So typically when you first go into the referral in screen, the right hand side is already enabled for RTT. So if it's not applicable, I take the tick out the box, which then deactivates that referral to treatment pathway. So I'm going to leave that off at the moment, and I'm just going to complete the left-hand side, which would be standard in terms of completing the referral information. So I'm going to put service offered as responsive services. I'm going to change the urgency this time to urgent, and referral source is acute trust. I'm going to pick one of these, which I know it's probably not urgent, but dizziness is going to come into it. Outcome is accepted and referral status is receiving care. So that's standard in terms of recording the referral information in. Then in order to activate the RTT, it purely is just putting a tick into that box there on the right hand side. Now there are only 2 lines to complete. The wait type will automatically default to the 18-week pathway. So if I click on the down arrow to the right of that, it will give me the other wait times. So currently the only one that needs to be recorded is the 2-hour wait, as I've just said. So I'm going to select that one. And then the led by, again, is another list of options. So if I click on the down arrow there, the list of options are there, and I'm going to select crisis response, intermediate care within 2 hours. Now the activity type will automatically default to first activity with a code of 10. That activity actually starts the clock running, so therefore at this stage it needs to be left so that when I OK it, it will actually start the clock running for the RTT period that we've selected. So if I now just OK it, I didn't assign a patient to a caseload, so I'm just going to say no, that's fine. I don't wish to register another patient, so I'm going to say no to that. I have my record sharing screen, so I'm just going to cancel through that, and now my patient has been registered at the unit. So by accepting that, it has now opened up the patient record. So at the point of the initial registering of the referral, that is all that needs to be done. So obviously, if you're getting a referral in at the triage, it's dependent on whether this patient is on the 2-hour wait pathway. So as soon as an appointment or a visit is booked for the patient, it's important that you go in via the referral information and update the RTT status with the outcome of that appointment or assessment. So if I go up to the referral node in the clinical tree and just left click on it, it will bring up the referral information in the middle of the screen. And if I left click on that, the information at the bottom will show me the referral information, and you'll see on that last line there, it's got the clock now ticking down from 2 hours because that was the wait I selected. And you see at the end there, it tells me the clock is running. So to update the status, I now right click on that referral and I'll get a menu, and the option I want is RTT status. So if I left click onto that, it will bring up the status history and show that first activity there, which has started the clock. So in order to update the outcome of that first response, I click on the Add button just below that, and I'll get a Wait Event screen. Now, if this is being done in retrospect, it is important that the time here is backdated to the time that the clinician saw the patient, so that we know if it's within that 2-hour window. At the moment, it will just default to the current time when I opened up that window. Your event type needs to be changed from the first activity to the outcome of that assessment. Now, this only needs to be done at the initial assessment or the initial visit to the patient. And it only needs to be done once, and then that's the end of the update for that RTT status. So if I click on the down arrow, I will get all of the other events that I can record. So the ones applicable to yourselves are 30, which is first definitive treatment, 33, which is patient DNA at first contact activity, and that also reflects a no access visit as well. 34, which is decision not to treat, and 35, which is patient refused treatment. And if ever it is applicable, you have got the option of doing 36, okay, for patient died. So I'm going to select the first one, which is first definitive treatment, and you'll see now my event type has changed. I can add any notes that I want to into that section there that I feel is applicable to record. And when I OK it, you'll see now my status is added into that status box. At any point, if I need to amend that, if I've selected the wrong one, I can just click on it and highlight it, click on amend, and it will take me straight back to where I was in that. Okay. If I now OK it, that will take me back to my referral screen. And if you look now at the referral to treatment section, right down the bottom, the clock has now stopped. So by selecting any of those codes after the patient has been seen or assessed, it stops the clock. And that is the update of the RTT status. And then as normal, you would just save the record. Select it as an admin function, and that takes me back to where I was. So that now has recorded the RTT, it's updated it and says what the outcome of the assessment or the visit was. And that is all that needs to be recorded.